It is nighttime, and we are live outside at the Empire Fight Camp. My name is Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Up first, James "Buster" Douglas, 192 centimeters tall with a reach of 211 centimeters. And facing him, Riddick Bowe, 6'5", 240 pounds with a reach of 81 inches.
This is it. This is that fight. This is that argument. I don't know what to expect.
Buster Douglas, you know the name, pulled off one of the most famous upsets in all of sports when he knocked out Mike Tyson in Tokyo, Japan. Riddick Big Daddy Bowe, despite being 6'5" tall, one of the best inside fighting heavyweights there's ever been.
Oh, pure bad blood.
And with that, let's go into the ring and the Hall of Fame announcer himself, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 15 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Columbus, Ohio, in the United States, here is an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, introducing James "Buster" Douglas. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Brooklyn, New York, here is the Olympic silver medalist and the two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Big Daddy Riddick Bowe.
Lots of hype as they will fight into the night. We're outdoors for this big main event.
You can hear the noise, you can hear the fans. I've been to many, many fights like this, and it's very, very eerie.
What a great venue, and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. And there's the bell for round one. That jab misses. The perfect counter lands. Neither fighter willing to slow down. The straight right just misses. There's a counter shot. The fans have been waiting all day for this one, and they are highly hydrated. What an environment it's going to be tonight underneath the stars.
How picturesque is this, Todd? How perfect is this? It's perfect for us, not for the fighters because they're the ones getting hit, but for us, how picturesque is this? This is what it's all about. This is the beauty of our sport.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
The straight right just misses. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. The jab not finding its target. How about that time counter shot? Beautiful counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Douglas in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Good well round. Get back behind your jab.
What do we expect to see here in round two? So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter shot. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Is he gonna punch him? Whoa, wait a minute! Buster Douglas just got rocked!
Relax, think about what you're doing. Don't scream it.
No, we don't see a knockdown!
Defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
A perfect counter shot. The straight right just misses. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Douglas in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Soft on me. Good work, that's it. Now breathe. Breathe, just get... You had everything in the bag.
Let's get it started in round 3. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt, you've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp, don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fighter doesn't just want to win by knockout. They want to do it early so they can get out of here.
A win is not just a win for some fighters. They need to feel the blood, the crunch. They need to get that win.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Ooh, a good straight. These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They've got to use their jab better in this fight. Misses with that uppercut. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Douglas in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Good man. Don't give him anything. Go back and win the round.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
The positives and negatives in the heavyweight division are the same. You can win the fight with one punch, and you can lose the fight in one punch. Does well to block that left jab. When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Beautiful counter punch. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Douglas in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, it was like two different leagues.
Back on the job. Great work. I love that. I love that. That jab is slick. And now you're going to let him get back in.
On to the fifth we go. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. And he scores with the counter. The straight right just misses. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
That counter punch caught him clean. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Those counter punches have to hurt. He threw a punch and just got countered. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Douglas in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bowe, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
You feel good? Good. Go out there, you win this next round.
There's the bell to start round 6. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. They exchange punches. The straight right just misses. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
can't find a home with that jab. Just missed with that hook. His stamina is off the charts. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Douglas in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
There's a lot on the line here.
Great round, great round. Now relax. Don't be looking off.
Win the round on your jab.
Here we go, it's round 7. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're gonna try.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Well done with that counter shot. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And Buster goes down. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, four. Can you continue?
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels. Look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed.
10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Let's talk about Douglas in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Like that round. Good work. You with me?
Come on, switch on.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Nope, that jab not going to score. The straight right just misses. Punch, counter punch. Good counter punching. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
I slipped to avoid the jab. straight right just misses. Got his gloves up to block the left jab. This round's still up for grabs. Hold that thought! And Douglas is dazed. And down goes Douglas. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
Let's talk about Douglas in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
Can make or break a fighter.
Get your boxing back together. Just take the round.
Good work. That's it. Now breathe. Breathe. Just get...
Don't worry about that one. Don't worry.
And there's the bell for round 9. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Stamina is off the charts. Nice counter. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He blocks the jab. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Incredible work rate. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Nice counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place. And hold it right there. And that one caught Douglas very clean, and he's in some serious trouble. Let's talk about Douglas in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
This is when you talk about championship material.
Get back out there and win the round.
Nice round. Good round. I like that. I'm happy. Good man.
Now it's a tougher fight, and he's going to be confident.
And here comes the 10th round. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Ooh, that uppercut had to hurt. This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Missing with the left hook. Catch and shoot. And Douglas is dazed. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
Being dead.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Buster Douglas just got rocked. Didn't wait too long to get back and get engaged.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Douglas in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
You feel good? Good man.
Get back behind your jab. Basic.
There's the bell to start round 11. They really seem to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
What are they doing that now? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Good counter punch. That big hook doesn't land. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
This is a battle royale between two heavyweight bombers. Straight right just misses. They threw the hook, it didn't land. He just misses with that jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Bowe. Let's talk about Douglas in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
It's when you talk about championship material.
Shots, yeah?
You're doing good, kid. You're doing... Mate, what are you doing? Come on, switch on. I need you to...
Gaps will appear.
And there's the bell to start round 12. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Just missed with that jab. Counter shot lands. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. He blocks the right hook. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
That right hook catching air. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. talk about Douglas in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
There's a lot on the line here.
Jab's looking nice. Goes 1-2 straight down the middle.
Okay, now you're switching off. You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching off.
Back into the fight, kid.
And there's the bell to start the round. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
They miss with the jab. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? And that one caught Douglas very clean, and he's in some serious trouble. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Pretty close fight here in this round. Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere. Look at this. And Douglas is dazed. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Douglas in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
This is when you talk about championship material.
You had everything in the bag.
Great work. I love that. I love that. That jab is slick.
And I need you to go back out there. I need you to win this.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Not a lot of defense here at all. The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? Nice counter punch. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Oh, wait a minute! And the big fella stumbling backwards. He somehow weathered the storm.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And he misses with that jab. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. A lot of effort being exerted here. Can't land that jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Douglas in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
You feel good? Good, man.
Hey, let's go out there and let's reset.
So here we are, the final round of the fight. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter shot. Right uppercut just off target. And that one caught Douglas very clean, and he's in some serious trouble. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit, because if you're getting caught like that beginning, you get caught a lot more at the end.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. The three judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan, but what a result.